we have seen so many models and we have seen so many competitors, but here I am observing one of the most competitive cars here. You know, you all may say that the Proton maybe is the best, but there is a competitor. You know what it is? Here I am looking at the Proton Iriz premium model. Let's go for a walk around. Well, based on my opinion, I think the looks of this Proton Iriz here looks very sporty here. You see, I'm seeing at the crow, everything here, the looks very fantastic and even sporty at the same time. Okay, first what I'm observing is that what logo are they using for the Proton Iriz? They were using the same logo, the same old logo for the Proton Iriz. They say that in the future they will apply the new logo for the Proton Iriz premium model here. Okay, what I'm seeing next is the bumper here. The bumper is shown in full detail, and here some are opened and some are closed. The opened ones is for cooling down the radiator and the closed ones is for good aerodynamic running. Okay, the next thing that attracts my eyes is the headlights here. You see, it's so sharp and edgy, and the headlights here is so fascinating. You know what? They were using not only just the headlights, it's also called HRL, halogen reflector lighting, which gives better lighting during daytime or even nighttime. And same goes for here. You see, this is not only a headlight, it's also, they were also using a DRL, daytime running light, and they've also applied a sensor right here, and they have also even installed a bumper finish. For human, a heart is very important for our body. Just like that, a car's engine is important for the car to run well. You see, what engine does it use for the Proton Iriz? Here it is. The 1.6 dual overhead cam runs with the VVT, means variable valve timing, that runs really efficient and it can save more fuel than the Proton IV. Okay, the side mirror here is called an auto fold side mirror, which can be automatically fold. It can only get in the premium model. Okay, here next I'm looking at the tire of the Proton Iriz, where the size of the rim is 15 inches, and they have also installed a dual tone alloy rim, which I can see the design of the rim here looks very sharp, hot, etc. And they have also installed a 14 caliber brake ventilated disc, and behind it they have installed a drum, which makes totally the car of the Proton Iriz looks very sporty, and that is why it makes the Proton Iriz looks very sharp and edgy. Okay, the fuel capacity of the Proton Iriz is 40 liters, and this is one of the fun facts that the Proton maybe has a competitor, that is the Proton Iriz premium model. Let's go and check out the bonnet. Okay, here I'm going to check about the bonnet here. You see, the space of the bonnet here is 440 liters, and here I'm going to show you how to add more space behind the Proton Iriz. You see, there is a rope here tied up, and there is a hook up attached behind the bonnet. So when I attach these two up here, here it's already fitted. So when I attach these two up here, it causes here the back seat of the car to go up, and it can add more space. And another way we can add even more space here. You see that the back seats up here have two buttons, and when we press the buttons, it will cause the back seat of the car to fold, and we can add even more space behind the back seat of the Proton Iriz. And the next thing that attracts my eyes is here the rear spoiler behind the cracks of the car. Here it looks, just like I said, sporty, energy, and even hotter than I've ever thought. It's made in pure black and even in plastic, but still it makes the car even sportier. And here you see this shark fin head. This is called the shark fin antenna, and this matte black here can be only getted in the premium model. Okay, here look at the back of the Proton Iriz here. The big label Proton Proton and Iriz Iriz, which R stands for race. I even especially love the back seat of the back side of the car. It looks especially so sporty than I've ever thought. Okay guys, let's talk about the seats here. You see, in the premium model, the seats are semi-leather and it gives comfort to the drivers and the passengers who are driving this Proton Iriz here. It's semi-leather, comfortable, and you can even sleep in this. It can be only get it in premium model. Okay, next I'm observing the buttons here. You see, this is the master open window button, and these are the passengers open window button, and this is the button lock here, and these buttons are for controlling the side mirrors here. Okay, now I'm holding the steering here. It is made in leather, and the buttons are here. This button is for calling, and this button is for raising the radio volume, and these buttons are for the controllers app. And besides that, the steering looks sporty than I've ever seen in the brochure. Okay, now I'm looking at the meters here. You know what cluster are you using for this Proton Iriz? Semi-digital instrumental cluster. You see, if we open the Proton Iriz here, you can see that the whole diagram of the Proton Iriz, it can also examine which part is broken, which part is working well, and besides that, we can also inspect our rotation per minute and the kilometer we are going. Okay, next I am observing this gearbox here. This gearbox functions through CVT gearbox. It means that continuous variable transmission gearbox, which can save more fuel and even run efficiently than the Purdue might be. Okay guys, now I'm going to give you a demonstration on what I'm looking at now. High Proton Open Maps. Okay, as I said before, when I said High Proton Open the map, it showed that the navigation of the place that I am at now. Thank you Proton, I appreciate it. Okay, now I'm looking at the buttons here. These are totally 4 buttons. The first button is the parking assistance system, and the second button is immobilization button, and this is the hazard lights, and this is the traction button, and this one is just a cheaper button. I hope that in the future that the company will only make just 4 buttons, or if there is a 5th button, they should make it what useful is the 5th button is. Okay, next I'm looking at, see the rollers here, the air conditioner rollers. They can be controlled manually, and I really like the design of it. Okay, next I've opened these two, and there are 2 USB chargers here. We can charge our phones while we drive, and they are water bottle keepers, so we can keep our water bottles or our tin cans while we are driving. Next, here is the brake here, the hand brake, which can be controlled manually. Okay, here I'm observing the desktop here. You see, we can keep our accessories and our files in this desktop. And little up please, you can see the chrome inside. They are stitching and detailedly shown. You see the designs here. Why I'm saying so many times, I'm not satisfied. The car looks extremely sporty in the interior here, and the details are shown very clearly. Look, I'm observing what? This is a borderless mirror, and it can be only get in the premium model. Okay, now I'm looking at the upper side of the Proton Iriz here. You see, it is all made in pure black. It makes the car sporty, both the exterior and the interior. But the interior looks very fantastic based on my opinion. Okay guys, I'm going to go inside the back seat of the car. And here, the back seat. I'm feeling a little bit very comfortable here. The space, the seat, in the back, all mixed together. A total great nap. Wow, I'm at the back seat of the car. The fully leather seat is so comfortable for me.
Bro, it is not the fully leather, it is semi-leather.
Oh, thank you, bro. Okay, now I'm at the semi-leather here. It makes me want to take a nap here. Okay guys, as I said before, to give more space, there are buttons here behind the back seat. So I'm going to give you a demonstration here. See, when I just press the button here, it causes the back seat of the car to fold and you can add even more space behind it. Okay guys, now let's go for a test drive.
And how about the new Iriz? That the refresh model, they upgraded the continuously variable transmission. It is smoother again, the VVT engine. What do you choose, Iriz or Mili?
For me, if you ask about handling wise, technologically